Mastering Cloud Security Architecture. Your cloud is only as secure as your weakest concern. When faced with the task of designing a comprehensive cloud security architecture, what are the primary cloud security concerns that our organization's security team needs to identify and address? And how do we effectively prioritize them to ensure the security, integrity, and compliance of our cloud-based assets and data? The thrill of designing a comprehensive cloud security architecture from scratch. It's like building a fortress in the sky, where the stakes are high and the threats are lurking around every corner. As I embarked on this journey, I knew I had to get real about the primary cloud security concerns that could bring our entire operation to its knees. First off, let's talk about data loss prevention, DLP. You see, when you move to the cloud, you're basically handing over the reins of your data to a third-party provider. And that's a recipe for disaster if you don't have the right safeguards in place. I recall a conversation with a fellow security expert who shared a horror story about a rogue employee who had access to sensitive customer data in the cloud. Long story short, the employee walked out the door with a treasure trove of confidential information, leaving the company scrambling to contain the damage. That's when it hit me. DLP isn't just about data encryption. It's about having granular controls over who has access to what and when. Next up, we have misconfigured resources. You'd be amazed at how a simple misconfiguration can lead to a full-blown security breach. I remember reviewing a cloud security assessment report for a Fortune 500 company, only to discover that a single misconfigured S3 bucket had exposed sensitive data to the entire world. The root cause? A junior dev had accidentally left the bucket public-facing during a testing phase, and nobody had caught the mistake. That's when I realized that security teams need to have a laser-like focus on continuous monitoring and automation to prevent these kinds of mishaps. And then, of course, there's the elephant in the room: insufficient identity and access management, IAM. I mean, think about it. In the cloud, identity is the new perimeter. If your IAM policies are weak, you're essentially leaving the doors wide open to unauthorized access. During a recent consulting engagement, I saw firsthand how a company's IAM missteps had led to a series of devastating breaches. The CEO had given blanket access to the entire management team, assuming they could trust each other. Big mistake. It took just one compromised account to bring the whole house down. Now, about prioritization. You can't boil the ocean, right? So, how do you prioritize these concerns when resources are limited and the threat landscape is constantly shifting? Here's what I've learned. It all starts with a risk-based approach. Identify your crown jewels, the most critical assets and data that need protection, and allocate your resources accordingly. In our case, we focused on DLP, misconfigured resources, and IAM, since they posed the greatest risk to our cloud-based assets. So, what are some actionable steps you can take to address these concerns? Implement a Cloud Access Security Broker, CASB, to monitor and control cloud usage in real time. Conduct regular cloud security assessments to identify misconfigured resources and remediate vulnerabilities. Develop a comprehensive IAM strategy that includes multi-factor authentication, role-based access control, and continuous monitoring. As I look back on this journey, I'm reminded that designing a comprehensive cloud security architecture is like building a ship that can withstand Category 5 hurricanes. You need to anticipate the unknown, prepare for the unexpected, and stay adaptable in the face of uncertainty. It's not about being perfect, it's about being proactive, vigilant, and committed to protecting your organization's most valuable assets. Designing a comprehensive cloud security architecture requires a thorough understanding of the primary cloud security concerns that an organization's security team needs to identify and address. These concerns can be categorized into several key areas, including data security, network security, identity and access management, threat protection, and compliance and governance. Data security. 1. Data encryption. Ensuring that sensitive data is encrypted both in transit and at rest is crucial to prevent unauthorized access. This includes encrypting data stored in cloud storage services, databases, and applications. 2. Data loss prevention, DLP, implementing DLP tools and techniques to detect and prevent unauthorized data exfiltration or leakage. 3. Data residency, ensuring that data is stored in a specific geographic region, adhering to data sovereignty and compliance requirements. Network security. 1. Network segmentation, segmenting cloud-based networks into isolated zones to limit the attack surface and prevent lateral movement. 2. Firewall configuration, configuring cloud-based firewalls to control inbound and outbound traffic, ensuring only necessary ports and protocols are open. 3. Virtual private network, VPN, implementing VPNs to secure remote access to cloud-based resources. Identity and access management, IAM. 1. Identity federation, implementing identity federation to enable single sign-on, SSO, and simplify user authentication across cloud-based applications. 2. Role-based access control, RBAC, implementing RBAC to ensure users and services have only the necessary privileges to access cloud-based resources. 3. Multi-factor authentication, MFA, enforcing MFA to add an additional layer of security for accessing cloud-based resources. Threat protection. 1. Cloud Workload Protection Platform, CWPP, implementing CWPP to provide real-time threat detection and response for cloud-based workloads. 2. Cloud security gateways, deploying cloud security gateways to inspect and filter incoming and outgoing traffic. 3. Intrusion detection and prevention systems, IDPS, implementing IDPS to detect and prevent intrusions in real time. Compliance and governance. 1. Cloud security compliance, ensuring cloud-based resources comply with relevant regulations, such as GDPR, HIPAA, and PCI DSS. 2. Cloud security governance, establishing a cloud security governance framework to ensure accountability and oversight. 3. Risk management, conducting regular risk assessments to identify and mitigate potential cloud security risks. To effectively prioritize these concerns, the security team should follow a structured approach. 1. Conduct a cloud security risk assessment, identify the organization's most critical assets and data, and assess the potential risks and threats associated with each. 2. Define cloud security objectives, establish clear cloud security objectives that align with the organization's overall security posture and compliance requirements. 3. Categorize and prioritize cloud security concerns, categorize each cloud security concern into high, medium, or low priority based on the potential impact and likelihood of the risk. 4. Develop a cloud security roadmap. Create a roadmap that outlines the security team's plan to address each prioritized concern, including timelines, resource allocation, and budget requirements. 5. Implement cloud security controls and countermeasures. Implement the necessary cloud security controls and countermeasures to address each prioritized concern, ensuring that they are integrated and aligned with the organization's overall security posture. 6. Monitor and review cloud security posture. Continuously monitor and review the organization's cloud security posture to ensure that it remains effective and aligned with evolving cloud security threats and compliance requirements. By following this structured approach, the security team can ensure that the organization's cloud-based assets and data are properly secured, and that compliance and governance requirements are met.